Hello everyone, welcome. It's Friday on Going Optimal, so of course we're going to do a chat gauntlet. We're battling chat here. We're going to do Kaldheim. We have a special guest, StreetRach. You can check out her side of the stream on her VOD, I suppose. Maybe, I don't know if StreetRach uploads to YouTube or what, so I don't know if YouTube friends can see Rachel's side, but excited to have StreetRach debuting as a streaming opponent. She played last week as one of the players, but she is the featured guest this week. Looking forward to our round one battle, as is the tradition. There's other traditions involved in this event here. Of course, we're drafting over on MTGA.herokuapp.com. It's a mouthful, but you don't even need to worry about how to spell that or whatever. You just join the Discord. Join the Going Optimal Discord, and we will get you there. And there's basically it's a way to draft on a third-party website, export to Arena, and then battle using the friend challenge system. The draft website is much better than the friend challenge system, I gotta say. But when combined, you get to draft on MTGArena. MTGArena with no gems or gold cost, only just need to have the cards in your collection, and you get to draft and play in pod, which is not even something Arena offers, which is something I really like about this event and this system. You know, being able to use MTGAdraft.herokuapp to create a draft among friends that you then get to play out against each other. You can do a classic best of three sideboarding situation, that kind of thing, whatever you want. We're going to do, our format is best of one, but I play all 7 participants that battled. And if chat can win 4 times, they win the week. If they can win 5 or 6 times, we go shopping at the store. And if they skunk me, if I go winless, 7-0 for chat, then we talk to chat about how to approach my next haircut, which is a little intimidating. That's why I offer good luck to all but one of my opponents every week. I can handle 1 and 6. Maybe a little salty at 1 and 6, but at least I can maintain control of my hair. So somebody out there mulligan to 3 and roll over, and then everybody else can do whatever, right? Sounds good. Thanks a lot for hanging out, and thanks to my sponsor, Card Kingdom, for all their support. There's no haircuts available at cardkingdom.com, but everything you need for your physical Magic game is there. They don't have it. There's some singles they're missing on here and there, and supply and demand can be weird early in a format, and some stuff isn't there. But overall, their inventory is incredible, which makes their store credit incredible. If you want to, and their buy prices are already incredible. So take the incredible buy prices, add an incredible 30% store credit bonus, and have an incredible amount of resources for their incredible inventory. If they are missing something you want, put it on your wish list there, and as soon as they have it in stock, they will let you know, and you can snap it up. That's been very useful to me in finding harder to find stuff, either because it's old or because it's shiny, you know, like some random foil that is just not always in stock. I mean, the older these cards get, the harder it is to just snap your fingers and have it all in store, which is why Card Kingdom works so hard on their inventory and why they pay so much for your cardboard. You want to turn cardboard into cash, check them out. And check them out via my affiliate links. Then they know you got there from here. Keeps me on the air, and we get to keep drafting with hair on the line on Fridays. Let's do it. I'm going to hop over to my left monitor here. We see the setup on Heroku app on MTGA Draft, and confirm the ready check. And sometimes the ready check doesn't pop up. I don't know. I was maybe it's if we hang in the queue for a while or whatever, but we're looking good here. Oh man, what an interesting first pick, because Furia's Retribution is a bomb in a color pair that has really fallen out of favor, given its that is very specific. It's hard to make this color pair work effectively, partly because white is very aggressive and black doesn't always support it that way. I don't know, like I don't know why. I guess it's just because black is like a weak color. There's not as a lot of support at common for black in general, so that can be underwhelming. But it's and also like double white, anything double white is going to be pretty aggro, so it's also kind of hard to splash this. So I think I'm going to take it. What else we got here? We have a Rimewood Falls and a Mistwalker and a Giant Amulet, and at least sending these three things downstream is likely to put our neighbors off of not that anybody's chasing these colors anyway, but I'm gonna take it. Yeah, it may be not even a bomb, right? But it's still, at the very least, a 4/4 flyer for 4 is totally worth it. And if they have to spend resources, if they have the removal right away, it's just a 4/4 for 4 that 1/1. So the floor of this card is that when you can cast it, is that it's just 1/1s for removal. But I do think it's worth taking here. Fenrir wants to be on Amulet. That's fair too. I'm going to go with my Retribution pick and see where it goes. I think it's good enough. It's definitely fallen. When I think I looked at this, and somebody redeemed me previewing this, and it kind of blew my mind when I first saw it. But it's because in my head, we always made it to Chapter 2 with an Angel. But you don't always make it to Chapter 2 with an Angel, so keep that in mind. But we don't. I'm certainly not married to this, but I don't mind taking a first pick on it and seeing where things go. I'm not going to take a Search for Glory. There's another Mistwalker in this pack that we could grab. Elven Bow. Battershield Warrior matches the first pick. But I don't know if it's so powerful that we should. No black to speak of here. Really don't like this pack. Yeah, maybe it is pick. Like, I don't know. What's going on here? This is a... I don't know, this pack is okay if I just ignore the Retribution. What would we take if the Retribution were here? Let's do that. Like, forget the Retribution, forget what we've passed. What's just the best card in this pack? And let's take that. Yeah, it's probably Mistwalker or Pick or Ice Tunnel, honestly. Pick stays open, is true. Nobody likes Ice Tunnel over Mistwalker, it sounds like. But yeah, I think people have successfully identified Bow, Mistwalker, Pick, and, well, I'm saying Ice Tunnel, but I think I'll take the Pick. Again, I'm trying to assess this as though I don't have this, but then we do, and Pick gets a little better because it is playable with our first pick. So I'm gonna grab that. We have another pick. We have a Raptor. We have an Onslaught, Frostbite and Burgie, Glimpse. So there's we're passing quite the blue deck here. But Raptor with pick is so good, right? So I think I'm going to lean into where we started, I think. I mean, we could pivot here right now, but I'm still getting cards that work with what we're doing. So I'm not going to call this a signal and bail on what I'm doing. I'm going to take the Raptor and at least cut the color a little bit too. Raptor's a powerful card in the format. Well, powerful is a weird word. It's powerful due to its efficiency. I mean, it's not abstractly powerful, but it is powerful as part of a curve out, right? Yeah, let's see, who are we sending to? Radian. Radianware's gonna probably be in a nice blue giant deck here. They're gonna have to decide between Burgie and Glimpse. Yeah, I don't think pick is a signal. If there's any signal here, it's Glimpse and Burgie. That if I had gone down the Fenrir line, the giant deck would be coming together. I was so happy to have a Battlefield Raptor that when I saw the Fearless Pup, I was like, yes, now we can add... Oh, wait, no, we're not necessarily, or maybe, but Retribution is... really, you know, if we get the pick, we could splash this. Maybe we do take the pup, and if we get enough picks, the Retribution is quite splashable. Ascent, not super playable. I don't know what 17 land says. I'm sure 17 land says that running this lowers your win percentage on average. So when would it be good? If you're racing, if you want stuff to die, like if you have some sacrificial lambs that you want to go to the graveyard. I mean, chapter 3 isn't awful. I mean, you get a reanimated creature that's with flying. It's just that chapter 3 is so far away. Like you can't you top deck this and you're like, okay, in 4 turns, or I put a creature out. Like it's just too clunky with that way. Anyway, let's take a look here. We could even just go Berserker. Berserker's nice with the pick, right? We know we don't like Wither Crown, but I think it's Berserker. But I feel like I'm starting off somewhat weakly here. Like I did kind of get roped into Furia's. I didn't get roped in. I did it myself. But like I'm letting myself follow this, and it's producing some. I mean, pick and Battlefield. This is all fine, but it's not quite as impressive as like this giant stuff that's going around now. And is there a place where we give up and move back in? It just feels. Yeah, although I gotta tell you, Snow being open feels like the new meta. It's like we all went hard on Snow for a few weeks, and now nobody seems to be doing Snow. I could take Tormentor's Helm, although picking up the Berserker instead of a white spell last turn makes this Helm less exciting. But if red-white aggro splash Furia's off picks is open, we'll take it. So I will take the Helm here just because it feels like it's really hard to get into the Snow deck from where we are. Like taking Burgi here because it's like the best card, or Blizzard Brawl because it's a good Snow combat trick. We just have so much catch up to do even after 4 picks. Like giving up 4 picks when you have to spend picks on land is really tough. And so some of my worst drafts have been when I've been conflicted about should I be in this Snow plan or not. So even though it's a little tough to see good stuff going by in Snow, I'm gonna stick to guns here. And is that a knock? No. And stick to this. Although it looks like I'm banking a little Boros here, I'd rather have Cavalry than Jarl, and Raven Wings is fine, but we actually have 2 pieces of equipment already. I guess it does add a power to the Berserker and make it fly. Wings goes in any deck if we only have the 1 red card, so I should probably take Wings on flexibility. Like this can go in more decks that we would end up in than the Cav. Fenor said that you keep saying that, Fenor. I have found it fine. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like the haste ability on the Cav drops off when you're not hasting large things. But it's not nothing, and you need your bears. So like it's worse. But calling it not great, I think, undersells its role in the deck. I mean, you're right. It's not great, literally. But not great is certainly faint praise at best. So Armory or Run Amok? If we end up the Boros side of town. If we end up Boros side of town, Run Amok is pretty important. But this is card draw for Boros, which is pretty good. We're not tabling anything here. This is pick 7. I mean, we got 1 card. You think we're getting a Armory out of this? No way. We get a Shackles. I'm gonna take the Armory, but that was a tough one for me. I mean, like if we get a bunch. Partly it was a rarity. Like we hope to have more shots at Run Amoks coming up, but we're unlikely to get as many shots at the Armory. Although Run Amok being a higher pick because it's just red, like it can go in more decks, means we might actually see more Armories than Run Amoks in general. But I'll take a Warhorn Blast here over a Longboat. and a shadow that's kind of anti us. Well, we have the chance at this thing again, but probably don't want it. We tried it when we had the Angel Sword. The theory was on 3, this creates a turn 5, 6, 7 flying angel. But yeah, I guess we could take C's, but I still don't even know for red. We have 1 red card. I'd rather keep on with the white. And hold on a second. Sorry, I had to chat with my daughter there for a second. Valor, not great, but I'm going to take it. It's playable, not great. Taking Berserker here, although Village Right's also okay. Yeah, I'm with you, Fenor. We probably won't play this, but I got distracted there and didn't have time to see if there was really anything else that we should be taking instead. David likes Search for Glory here. I mean, we could go get our Saga. It's true. It's so clunky, though. Is it worth 7 mana total to search and play the Retribution? I guess I landed on no. Draw 2, discard 1. Which one was that? I didn't know what we're talking about. Let's see. Cinderheart, Giant, Kennel Master. If we bank back towards the black side of things, would be reasonable. Yeah, white doesn't seem open, and I kind of tried to marry this pick. Maybe we'll end up randomly in red-black again from here. I'm not... this is not going great, gotta tell you. If I had gone with the amulet suggestion, I think we'd be in obviously much better shape, but hindsight being perfect is what it is. Wings of the Cosmos, I think is going to be better for us than even the, like, Wither Crown is just so underwhelming. Although you do what you got to, and if we can get it for free. Although we're not playing Wither Crown and Armory. I'm going to take Wings because of lack of anything else. Skull Raid because of lack of anything else. Dread Rider, not really the thing here. Not that Skull Raid is. So weak pack 1. We started on a path that then felt closed off, and we got a lot of low quality picks while passing high quality picks. Not the thing you want to be saying about your pack 1. But sometimes a high quality pick does that to you, and then sometimes you open a second copy and just have to go, all right, fine, it's our plan. All right, fine, it's our plan. Funny. Yeah, white should flow reasonably this way, but we should not expect it in pack 3. But I'm going to force it with double Retribution. Maybe a third one will be passed to me here. Thank you for that sub. I missed who that was, but appreciate it. I can look at my... Here, I'll do this. Go... It was Timber. Thank you, Timber. Yeah, more things to say Furia on it, please. And those. Ask and ye shall, but look, I gotta take Clarion Spirit. That's hilarious. Maskwood Nexus is here, and it's still not for us. Clarion Spirit is where we're at. Very funny, Magic Gods. We might wheel Furia, but I'm not... Clarion Spirit's better. Yeah, we should wheel something here. Look at this. This is absolutely a take the pack moment. I think people oversell take the pack moments, but if I could, Nexus, Spirit, Valor, Helm, Berserker, Scald, that's all good enough, and then there's some random playables as well. I'm taking Clarion Spirit, though. Rally the ranks. We can choose Angel. We probably choose Warrior, because all of our Angels are going to be Warriors. We can take that and focus on picking up Warriors. No 2-drops, no equipment, so this is a 2. I'm going to take the Rally. Gambit I don't like in aggro. I like Gambit if you're intending to get to turn 13, but we don't want to see turn 13. You like the Master Scald? Totally cool with the double retributions, absolutely. But I like Rally here. We might wheel the Scald. Maybe not. White's clearly not. Really? It's bad? We can have Warriors, right? I thought we would have enough Warriors for this. Unplayable. Unplayable has been called. I guess if we're low on Warriors, I guess we don't have the Warriors to support it right now. I'm with you on that, but I'm not with you on Unplayable. All right, you've convinced me to go Scald here, given the double retribution and our lack of Warriors. I do not co-sign Unplayable Rally. I co-sign you really need to be sure that you have a heavy contingent, and especially, hopefully, a go-wide contingent of the chosen type. I'm with you on that. We'll take Scald. Maybe Faithful. I don't even know if we're... I guess we're black, so Faithful, but not as good with the auras we have. Another Rally the Ranks, so there you go. We're going to take a Courser here, as it reduces the cost of these retributions. Not that that matters too much, but it can. You know, if we're stuck on 3, we can play this and play the retribution. And if we get the retribution later and we have the Courser in play, it might help us 2-spell. So but obviously, if we have a normal curve out, we should have 4 for the retribution on 4 anyway. So, but you hear what I'm saying? Still worth it. Somebody else is going to take these rallies and just crush us with it, and I'm going to laugh and point at you unplayables out there. No, you're unplayable. Yeah, and of course the lesson on when 17 lands shows you a terrible win rate on a card, it probably means it's bad, but it can mean that in order to play this, you have to have a whole host of boxes checked before it's going to help you. Valkyrie's great though. Yeah, it's an angel. It's a warrior. Although, you know, we didn't take the thing that would make that matter. But yeah, taking Valk for sure. Yeah, I haven't listened yet, and I even have an AMA about how to use the 17 lands info to better yourself, and I'm going to wait and do that next week when I've listened to the LR and listened to what that expert has to say. All right, here's some decision time. We got the double retribution. We only have the Gold Vein pick to fix it if we don't play black. Liberator says we could play red and try to find our way to a splash. Although we can just take the Shield Mate, which is a fine card and on color, so we should probably do that. But Liberator is significantly better than Shield Mate. It's just that I would like to stay. I would like to stay open to the black-white plan and not try and splash these retributions. Do you think Shield Mate is better than Liberator? Or you think Shield Mate is better than Liberator? Are you the one who's been knocking on Liberator? You just hate Liberator. Fenor, what's your problem with Liberator? Go give me the 17 lands data on Liberator in opening hand. I mean, if the data shows me that I'm wildly off on Liberator, I will affect my mindset and change my opinion on that. But my current opinion is that Liberator is a good card that I'm happy to have in aggressive red decks. Sword here, pretty cleanly. Picking up a lot of equipment here now. Got to find our creatures to put them on. So like here's more equipment, but can't really do that. We could take another Valor that's not going to have space given all the equipment. Craven Hulk in case of red over black. We could take the wings. Are we really playing that many? Like Goldvein pick, wings, sword. Don't we have helm? Oh, I guess we might not be playing the helm. So okay, I'll take the wings, but geez. This is a weak pack for us. That's all right. It can happen. Path to the World Tree still being here is a bit of a surprise, but maybe it continues to show where people are at on the more dirtily strategies in the format. Is Pretender fine? And we were talking about how I don't have a consistent, obvious, you're producing a bunch of these type card. It is an angel, at least. That's true. It works with Furia in that way. Okay, we'll take it. If we don't pump it up, though, it's pretty weak. So I hope we get some more... I want some more Valkyries. Then we can name Angel and play Valkyrie on the turn after. Wow. I mean, this is a little slow, but I think this is a good card. Maybe it's not for us. We need the Berserker, but I'm very surprised that this is still here. Yeah, I mean, we can make Angels with the Nexus, right? It's just, we are a little more aggro. I feel like we're too aggro for this, and if somebody plays this against us, we're going to try and race them. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Berserker over this rare, but only because of our style of deck, and I'm very surprised that this is still here, and I bet someone's going to be surprised that this wheeled, besides me. Take the Faithful here and be happy to pick up some playables and really start to cut the red and embrace our destiny. Wow, Furia appears to be gone. So are we actually in competition for black-white with somebody? That would be unfortunate, but I'll take a Recruiter here. It could see play. Although 55, okay, so Liberator ranks 16th in terms of red cards opening hand win rate of 55, but 55 when the average win rate of participants is 54% isn't that big a deal, but at least it's positive. And I guess on a relative scale, it's I'd be curious. I kind of want to see what the list looks like above it. These Recruiters are not great, but they're going to fill out the deck if we have to. All right, one more Retribution. Ridiculous. This is good, though. We get to choose the creature type, so we can reduce the damage to us when we cast this. Yeah. All right, so then the where does it rate relative to Shieldmate? How about Shieldmate versus Liberator? Take Crippling Fear, though. I think that's the only shapeshifter. I mean, these are not shapeshifter colors, so we shouldn't. Only colored shapeshifters are blue and green, right? Another Clarion Spirit or a Bound in Gold. I can't pass the Spirit. We need 2s, and it's so good. It's so good. But I really do want a Bound in Gold, or for a black-white deck, we're sure low on interaction. I feel like I've been saying that a lot with my deck, so maybe that's a thing that I need to adjust. But I mean, is anybody taking Bound in Gold over the Spirit there? Yeah, we're not playing Armory, though. And hopefully not playing the wings or this card here. Hopefully not playing a Skull Raid, a little dirtily for us. Warhorn Blast looking better and better with double Clarion Spirit. Yeah, I'm cutting it for now out of hope, but we could play it if we had to. I'll cut one Recruiter out of hope, but I wouldn't mind one if we get some creatures that are worth getting back. Another opportunity for Search for Glory, but I bet that wheels again. I might just prefer a way down here. We're going to try to get on board early, and we're going to try to trade off Berserkers when they're 3 power and whatnot, and Shieldmate stuff. So we'll take a way down. I think it'll be good in this deck. Is Spirit the best uncommon? Again, what do we mean by best? We can do some 17 lands digging and see where it rates relative to other uncommons, and on what do we want to base it? The win rate of in deck, the win rate when drawn, the delta between those two. Yeah, Demonic Gift would be nice in this one, but another pick, absolutely. We're getting to the point where we're not gonna, though. This chat is all over the value of the pick, so we would need one, I think, in the next few picks to get one. And here's one, so we can take that. Is there anything we need to consider over it? Snowfield Sinkhole would be great to help us cast spells, but as observed, like, pick is what we need, so we're gonna take it. Get in our deck. Warhorn Blast on the wheel, Snowfield Sinkhole on the wheel would be excellent. Anything else would be largely unplayable. Not going to run a Wither Crown unless I have to be pretty desperate. I kind of don't mind this out of the board. If you're intending to win through the air and your opponent is intending to win through the ground, you can do worse for your interaction, but not much still. Yeah, that's why the data is so tough to analyze, and why I'm looking forward to listening to the Limited Resources podcast on it. Jim says win rate is also different between the players with higher win rates and lower win rates. Exactly. Like it's almost like the most useful data would be to just see what cards the top players are drafting and playing, you know, as opposed to, well, Revitalize. We were talking about how Revitalize doesn't really have a home in the format. We might run it here because of the double Clarion Spirit, and we have no snow needs, so I don't see taking the Swamp. And Valor the Worthy, we already have one of those we're hoping not to cast, and we're probably going to wheel another. I'm not taking Valor, so I will take Revitalize. Maybe Valor is a better 2-spell enabler than Revitalize, especially with the Berserkers. So yeah, I'll take the Valor, and maybe we decide we're going to go in on and do multiple Valors to really get low down. This is a real choice here. What is a Basalt? Speaking of best uncommon in the set, we have a pick 6 Ravager. Okay. Could even try and splash it off double pick. What do you think? We got Sword and Way Down on color. We're a little... can we support double Way Down? Boy, double Way Down when you draw both is rough. Way Down when you can't cast it is rough. And especially if you end up with 2. Like, I think I'm going to take... Are we ever splashing this? Is any with double pick? Hate Draft is not the worst either, given the situation. I don't think I want 2 swords. All right, the Hate Draft comment is worthy. This is all playing in pod, and I'm playing everybody. So let's go ahead and take that and see. It might be played. It might just be a cut. We're not going to take Fumarole, though. That's double red. Another Warhorn Blast, though. With the double Clarion Spirit, we could play 2 Warhorn Blasts. You think Gambit? I'm still off of Gambit, given how we're trying to get... But we want our interaction to be castable on turn 2, and Gambit isn't. Or we need to be able to cast it on curve, and just Gambit doesn't do that. Draugr has no snow support at all. I didn't take that Snow Swamp, so we take a second Skull Raid. And see, there's a Raider's Carve, but I don't think we want that either. Uro has been called. Hate the Lore. Yeah, maybe Hate the Lore is correct. I mean, hate drafting is a certain level of correct in this type of thing when if you got nothing you're going to play. I'm not playing any of this, so I'm with Mike. I'm going to hate the Graven Lore. Although it doesn't seem like anybody's in Snow. Braggart. Pretty fine top end for what we're doing. Okay top end, I mean. I'm going to cut this for now. We'll see. Bit of a weird draft. Don't love where we're at. Don't hate it. We got some very powerful stuff going on. Double Clarion Spirit. Double Retribution. But still feels like it could be underwhelming relative to what others are doing here. Nothing for us. Let's do some more hate drafting. Elder Hall. Probably the most impactful card here that we could hate. How are we doing on creatures even? I feel like we're low on creatures. 13, 14 creatures? Okay, a little better than I thought, and we're cranking them out with the Spirit as well. We can take an Effigy as a playable creature, Search for Glory. Well, I mean, you could play this and get a Retribution. Is it worth it, though? Is it worth the card to search up our Retribution? I mean, I guess I'll take it. Yeah, Effigy with Clarion is also a good point. It does do the 2-spell thing. It's just such an underwhelming card in the end. But I think this is too clunk. I'm going to take the underwhelming Effigy over the clunky Tutor. Maybe should have taken the, nobody's really playing an Intruder, but actually Intruder would be better against us than others. And here's this Divine Gambit that multiple people have suggested Gambit. My issue is that we're trying to be on the aggressive side of things and really close with Retributions on 4 and Warhorn Blasts and Masters on 5. And Gambit gets better as the game goes on, but is really not good early. Do we need removal? Need removal has been called. Need is a strong word. That's why, we would be better off with removal. But do we need it to win? No, not if we are Clarion Spiriting out tokens, going wide, and Warhorn Blasting. How about I remove your 20 life instead of your creature, right? So I'm just pushing back on the need. And also, yeah, we can call out, look, I'm not even going to call Retribution removal. If we get to Chapter 2, great. But, that's the plan. We hope that works as removal. But it's really what we're talking about is surprise them out of hand and kill something right now, right? And on that front, we have Way Down and Crippling Fear, and that's not as much as we would like, but it just means that we have to keep that in mind in terms of how we're approaching the our play. Like we need to be like, if given lack of removal, things like double Warhorn Blast and double Raven's Wings matter. Ooh, accidentally cut one. And some seem to be suggesting like that we could cut the Raven Wings because stuff flies already, but it's so good with the Berserkers for one thing, and not everything flies. Scorn Effigy, Bloodline Pretender, Coma's, Faithful, Double Berserker, the Clarion Spirits themselves, and like most of this stuff does not fly. So I don't see this argument that, oh, we don't need Raven's Wings because our stuff flies. Some of it does, but not all of it does, and even on a flyer, at least it pumps power, which I like about that. Yeah, we could still end up cutting one, but I'm saying I don't co-sign the argument that the reason to cut a Wings is that we've got flying covered, because this is a deck that also needs to answer the question, how are we winning in a board stall? And we've got some good answers to that question, though. So let's see. This is 27. With the double pick, I think we want to just cut 3 and go 24-16. Also, it's best of 1 with hand smoothing. So we want 3 cuts, and let's look at our Wings. Might be one of them, but I want to see what our full state is before we decide. So we've got 15 total creatures. None of them are terrible. Retributions are effectively mean we have 17 creatures, so we could cut. We could cut a Recruiter. We don't have any major. Like, if we could get a Retribution back with a Recruiter, I'd be in, but that's why we have the Scald. Recruiter, what's it getting us, right? Like, it's just, we're not excited to get any of these creatures back for 4 mana, so we're going to cut a Recruiter. And then Warhorn Blast. I don't think we cut. I want 2 Warhorn Blasts. One can be our finisher, and one can be interaction. 5 mana is a lot for a combat trick, but in a pinch, if that's what it's doing, it's okay. And with 2 Clarion Spirits, we want 2 Warhorn Blasts, I think. But I'm willing to cut that Recruiter, and then, yeah, I could cut a Wings. The picks are certainly more important. And we have Sword, Wings, pick. So we still have 4 pieces of equipment. Could cut a Valor of the Worthy, although it does do the double spell thing. Mike likes cutting the Braggart. I think the Braggart's good enough to play, especially with a Wings and a pick, something that makes it big out of the gate. So, any other changes? Let's see. We got these Valors, Wings of the Cosmos, Wither Crown, Gambit. Again, I'm sticking by my guns on not playing Gambit. Skull Raid while drawing some cards is just not where we want to spend our time and mana. So let's go ahead and, is there saying 10-6? Is that correct? No, but 9-7 might be, or 9. Yeah, 9-7. We want to be able to Berserker on 2 pretty reliably, but we're very heavy white, so I can see the 9. Let's export to Arena. Hop over here. Yeah, we could consider that. That's the final thing we didn't really talk about, this Ravager. Sorry, I'm on left monitor over there. Let me do this in here. Thanks, Kat. Let's import. I think for expediency, I'm going to get the bling done. Guilds of Ravnica lands and Lotus sleeves. And we're going to go with this build, but I'll keep in mind the splash. And we'll. I like the suggestion of considering like effigy or some other creature you don't like and imagining the giant instead. Anyway, we're going to... Oops, let's... cut these basics and add, what was it? Oh man, I closed it. It was guilds, right? Right on, Siriana. Okay, so we did that, and then we have what was celebratory victory sleeves for chat, and a deck name. It's got to be something about retribution or spirits and blasts. Have a blast. How about blast off? Fine. Let's play. All right, StreetRach. Let's do this. Here we go. Thanks for playing, competitors. Thanks for joining us, StreetRach. Good luck to all but one of you. I don't think so. You don't need to add or change your AMA queen. I get it. You're looking to how to use data to improve. Is that fundamentally what you're? How do I look at the past and change my future? 17 lands is one tool for that, but it's not the only one. Whoa, that's... Are we drawing? What happened? Did I already win? Do we get a win? All right, retry. I'm just going to restart out of abundance of caution. Yeah, I mean, you can get other people to review your stuff, but I'm more interested in, like, how do you, without the help of others, just looking at the 17 lands data, how do we interpret 17 lands info to improve our own games? All right, we can keep this. We could use a lower drop creature, but we at least have pick on 2, so, and we have retribution, so I'm going to keep. 2-drop creature 1 time. Boy, I'm opening on a 1 time. Uh-oh. Sure. Really unfortunate that our turn 3 is foretelling a Warhorn Blast, but also fortunate that StreetRach doesn't seem to be doing anything on 2. Turn 4 retributions are an interesting question. They seem obvious, but then, wow, so she got my Furia. Interesting. Did not really expect to be competing for this deck, and Berserker, you're so late. Jerk. I'm gonna do it, though. Make him have it. But you just have to be prepared for the snap removal, and okay, this was a 1-for-1 this time. And of course, the upside of us making it so that the angel can actually remove something, incroyable. But there you go. That's the risk we take. Just using my mana there. Yeah, it removes abilities, or else we'd still be able to destroy something. Right on, Queen. Thanks for gifting those subs. That's very kind of you, and much appreciated. And my warrior, well, Crippling Fear, we have a dwarf warrior. That's not a dwarf or a warrior, not a dwarf or a warrior, not a dwarf. So we're going to name dwarf and crash in. Right? Dwarf. I'm going to go with Berserker over Boast the Braggart. I could spend the treasure to move the pick in case of removal on the Berserker so that it dies into a yeah, we have enough mana. I'm going to do that. I mean, it's a minor thing, but if Rach has some sweeper or whatever, I'd like to get a replacement creature. If we had double spell payoffs, I'd be with you, but I mean, heck, we draw Clarion Spirit, we got it. We Warhorn Blast, we Clarion Spirit Warhorn Blast. Rach splashing the red too. Probably saw the what we did. That red was weirdly open by the end. Carefully keeping this mana up, suggesting maybe Demon Bolt. Ah, okay, no, not Demon Bolt. Just carefully trying to 2-spell. Warhorn Blast looks pretty good here. I'm going to leave everything as is, swing in, and should be nice for us. There's a tax on casting it thanks to Redain, but we can still afford it. So we're going to do that. Cannot afford, unfortunately, to foretell this one. Ah, that's worthy of a splash, huh? Well, darn it. I guess if we put it on the Braggart, the blocks aren't great still. I'm going to put it on the Braggart. Send in. The boast means that even a Predator at 4/4 doesn't kill the Braggart, which is why I like that. And then we can Clarion Spirit after combat, possibly setting up a 2-spell turn next turn, but not super likely with a 7-mana Warhorn Blast. I can wait until... I mean, let's make Rach sack. Right now we win, right? So I'm going to just say next. Make Rach sack. And then we'll brag. And that's good because it means the Warhorn Blast gets cheaper for next turn. You like Foretell Blast? I get it, but I want the Clarion Spirit out this turn. We're trying to get him out. We're trying to get around Rach at 11, and even if we don't get a 2-spell Spirit or whatever, just Clarion Spirit with Warhorn Blast and 3 attacking creatures next turn is pretty good. Rach with 1 card left. Second Predator trigger? What did I oops something? Everything happened the way I thought it was going to happen there. I don't know. Oh, they did. Huh. So now I can move the pick to the Berserker so that if it dies, we get a creature out of it. And then... but if we leave it here, this is going to get to 6 and Predator can't kill it again. So probably... Yeah, and actually... I'm going to play the land, but yeah, the Warhorn Blast gives us the Berserker death anyway, so I'm going to leave it there. We have it all. Let's go. I like the Braggart surviving a Predator block. Start here. And blast. No. Any reason to move the pick now? No, we'll leave it now. This Braggart outpacing the Predator growth has been key here, of course. Yeah, definitely we can move it next turn. There was just no reason to move it that turn. We moved it via treasure last time because if our creature died on their turn, it would... well, there you go. I was saying we were going to get got by this card. Instead, it has indeed proved underwhelming for Rach and is going to help us win this game, I hope. Unless, is she going to chuck this at us somehow? All right, no. Whew.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Well, if we had found that dragon and that giant, we sure as heck would have been splashing red there. And looks like, you know, we did have... the giant would have played fine in that deck, in that game. All right, next up. Wait, where'd my list go? Thought I pasted it. Oh, there it is. Radiantware. Let's go, Radiantware. Good luck. Yeah, I get that we wouldn't have drawn it that game. I was just saying in the abstract, if we had, we would have had the mana for it. That's all. Did I have anything to do with Strix? No, the last set where I had any, even just playtesting, even saw what was going on. I guess, like, let's see, it was, I did, say, there's a thing at Wizards called the Rare Poll, and they send it around to the company to get feedback on upcoming rares, and I'm trying to remember the mechanic. There was a mechanic that I'd have to. What was it? I'll think about it in a minute. I'm gonna keep this. We don't have a black yet, but the Raptor plus pick should get us there. Spirit would be great. Maybe we're supposed to go. Well, I'm gonna keep. Is there any merit to not playing the Raptor on 1 to support Raptor pick on 3? I don't think so. I think we gotta go. Gotta curve out if we can. Yeah, I was thinking maybe it was Mutate, but no, Mutate surprised me. When I saw Mutate, I had no idea. It might have been... I feel like it was... The set that was coming out was... yeah, it was whatever was after the guild stuff. Oh, yeah, War of the Spark. That's right. It was War of the Spark because I gave feedback that I was not sure about the whole uncommon Planeswalker thing. So the last thing I gave any feedback on whatsoever was War of the Spark. Well, we're going to go Clarion Spirit, make him have it. You all want pick, I guess. I don't know. I like my line. And I guess we throw the pick on the Raptor. Also thinking like there's way down. Yeah. All right, just trying to figure out if there's some hook or crook way we could trigger the Spirit this turn, but not really. We'll throw this on the Flyer. Spreads it out. If we put it here, they just block the 3/2. We get more damage this way. If they do something like kill the Clarion Spirit, we can at least Raptor and weigh down the Mistwalker. What's my take on Strix? You'll find that I am not plugged into upcoming sets quite the way the community is. Maybe that's part of the way I'm bad at my job, but I know nothing about Strix, really. The stuff I've learned, I've already forgotten. So, we could Retribution here, or we can do the way down trick. I think just Retribution, make them have another removal spell, although they do have something foretold here, but they didn't fire off the bolt. They didn't snap bolt. So I'm going to go Retribution again. I don't mind that play, but I think we have that play next turn if they answer the Angel. And if they don't answer the Angel, Mike, we're in such great shape. We can just straight kill the Mistwalker. And in fact, we're going to decline to sack. and can still weigh down, but I'm going to keep the angel because we can throw equipment on it and continue and keep attacking. And let's see, if we go Radiantware, sorry, Radiantware because I saw the name. If we go Courser, we can follow with the sword, but that's not great. We can go... Well, wait, yeah, I should read the card. Wait, Destroy with power less than. That's the thing, though. This is not going to be less than, right? It's going to be 1. Oh, way down. Yeah, sure. Wait, can we, do we even need to... Yeah. Sorry, I got... The thing that was confusing me, Mike, is that I read, put the pick on the angel, then use angel to kill the minus power. I was taking Tant's vision, Viskin's comment is yours, but now I understand what you're saying. That's really interesting. Well, if we weigh down and move the pick, it'll for sure work. But I'm kind of interested in the science. Although Mistwalker can... Yeah, let's do it. Well, what mouth they were coming out of. My hair is safe, so we can do science today. But, Jim, they have to have it. They just absolutely have to have it. It clears removal out of their hand for 4 mana on a must kill. If they don't kill it, you're going to win the game. And if they do kill it, you've gotten removal out of their hand for your other stuff. I'm going to try it now. Let's try it. Come on. 0 power killing -2 power. Come on, Magic. It's got to work. Yes! I love Magic. Some days. So now we'll attack Raptor and drop Courser. Yeah, let's do that. Courser, not an angel, unfortunately, but... Making the sword cheaper means we draw a land, we can actually Valk up an angel. Yeah, if we connect with the treasure, we can do it anyway, right? Declining this again, we can move the pick. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna keep declining. We got lots of time here. Let's go. Yeah, we want. Well, if we move the pick, we don't get Valk Sword this turn. How do we get extra mana? I don't understand. If we move the pick, we pay a mana. We put it somewhere else and we get a mana? How does that... double strike. Thank you. But we put it... So we put it here and get... Got it. But that's a little bit fancy play because then we just cash it all in anyway, right? Like if we... It's still fancy play syndrome unless we're looking to get the pick here long term, which maybe we are. Yeah, that's fair. 2 damage instead of 1 is the clincher. I forgot. With the retribution gone, I kind of lost the thread on that. All right, I got there, chat. Let's do it. The Wither Crown hasn't done nothing? Just close to nothing. Nah, it's done more than nothing. I mean, this would be a big deal if it were still a large creature, right? But... again, going to decline. Swing in the air. And we can even 2-spell on Faithful and Berserker here, which is fine. Now I'm not going to move the sword. I'm going to dump hand. I mean, this stays here and is just a single lethal threat. I mean, the job one for Radiantware is this Angel. This Angel is lethal all by itself, and then if they contain that, look at the board we got now. Yeah, if we get swept, the giant thing would be rough. Wait, why that? Oops. That's an oops. We just untap and win now, right? I thought, oh, they have Bergie for the 6/5, but maybe it was either way. That's what I meant, though, is like with the 6/5 being a solo victory, everything else just becomes crushing. All right, first timer, Tanara. Welcome, Tanara. Let's battle. Oh, wow. Tethered Shadow would have helped a lot, huh? Early. A little bit of a nombo with the Wither Crown, but... You seeing this, Tanara? Do we have a restart problem? No biggie if we do, just trying to figure out if we gotta adjust anything. Aha! All good. I'm missing my record here. Hold on. And I get another one of these.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
We're gonna keep narrowly, but the shield mate with Valkyrie is nice. We just have 3 black cards we can't cast yet, but I'm gonna keep. This one's an awfully good one. Nice response to our shield mate here, but we're still going to play it. Bloodline Pretender, we can name Angel with a Valk in hand. Might even chump here. Gives us a way down option and keeps Tanara off of extra mana. Yeah, warrior works because this is a warrior as well, right? Angel warrior, yep. Angel warriors, good call. Yeah, I guess we can give him the mana here. And that's a good point. If we name warrior, we get the token on the pretender. Okay, that's worth it. Chat's so smart, making me look like a good Magic player. I am going to stay for the chump here, though. If we draw a way down, well, we don't have. If this dies, we don't get. We got to choose one or the other. And I. Well, if we don't, if we find a swamp, we just play Retribution. I guess we can play Valk. It's an Angel too for this. That sets up the Retribution if they do get our Angel. So we'll keep that in mind. I'm definitely going to do this. Warhorn Blast can at least be foretold. So I'm going to go Valk on the cheap and foretell the Warhorn Blast. And are we racing? Sending the Pretender. We don't want to block the Braggart because of the Boast. It would be a trade. But our Pretender's going to keep getting bigger, and we have Air Force, so I'm going to go aggro and attack with the Pretender rather than threaten to block the Robber. Also, they can move the pick, and then Pretender is a bad block on the Braggart anyway. And if we want to, we can chump with this Warrior, and it will have done its job at this point, getting life back, you know, preserving our life total, given that we're going to try to deploy an Air Force when we find our black. I like that. Valk. Angel or Cleric. You took my Angel? All these Oppos taking my stuff. We knew white was not open, though, so it's kind of unsurprising. We faced a lot of white decks so far, right? Yeah, it's a good attacker with Blast, but... And we're now not winning in the air here. So... Maybe I don't... I'm going to chump. Life and the no treasure, right? All right, we were hoping for that. Now we can Retribution ahead of Blast and serious damage on Chapter 2. Unlikely that they can get all 3 of these Angels, right? We got 3 Angels. So Jim. It's fine to be down on the card. Like, I'm down on the card, too, from where it started. Because I started, like, over the moon, right? But this is where, like, this happens enough of the time with this card that that's why it's still a very excellent card. Bomb? I don't know. We get into linguistic debate at that point. We can offer the Pretender, but now we're going to say no attacks because of Chapter 2 coming up. Yeah, the floor of they had to use their removal right away or they were dead is pretty good. Wow, lots of stuff we can do here, including Kennel Master. Let's see, 6 mana. We can Kennel Master, or we can Warhorn Blast with the way down. That gives us... let's just... And wait, okay, so only this can attack. Only our... Vigilance Angel can attack. Everything else has to do some killing. So let's go Blast. And I'm gonna go kill. Kill. Yeah, maybe I should have done Kennel, because we would have had the same result. I kind of just went with one, but didn't really think it all the way through. I think Kennel would have been better. This does give us way down should one of these die, but you're not going to die on 1 white mana with this. I mean, I suppose it could be... no, that's not foretold, so it can't even be the deal 5. We're not even done yet, Chewy. Yeah, it definitely would have been better to Kennel, especially with the double strike observation. I mean, I think all roads are going to lead to victory with that blowout, but I do like the Kennel play there. I'm with you there. Like, shockingly bad, no. I'm not with you on shockingly bad, but I'm with you on, wow, the regularity with which people have removal for your turn 4 Angel really dropped the value of it for me. Completely agree on that. So, still pretty good for the double striking Angels. I'm just kind of assuming, I mean, we got the game right, so.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Tron forfeits. Now, this is where you do what I did last week. Chat's going to come back and win the week now. It feels like this is... Whether it's me or you, it seems always streaky around here. Maybe we're just selective memory. Confirmation bias at work, but it's funny how I do see it a lot. It feels like I see it a lot, that one of us starts out with 3 wins. And next up, Tron. That's what Tron was saying. Tron was scooping, but I'm gonna make him play. Sorry, Tron. That's right. This is where Tron, after threatening to just scoop without playing, now stomps me. Watch, here it comes. Good game, Tanarakan. Thank you so much for playing. Glad to have first timers. Hope I didn't butcher that pronunciation too badly there. Oh, I need to update my... So I have a Weisenheimer Redemption. I'm going to edit it. Give me a... So I did Weisenheimer because it was for Kaldheim previews, so I need a clever new name for my Weisenheimer Channel Points Redemption that reflects the Strixhaven set. Strixley Ballroom? Strixley... I don't know. We'll keep this. Clarion Spirit's a good card. School time. Yeah, something about schooling. All right. Effigy Foretold is going to go Clarion Spirit on 3 Effigy for the freebie. Nothing derails anything unless I derail it, Jim. So nothing to apologize for. If I made bad content, it was me, not anybody else. But I thought it was a good discussion. It's a reasonable thing to try and come up with a language to discuss our changing evaluations of cards. I like, I'm gonna go Take Me to School. And I'm going to make it cheaper. We'll make it 2,000 instead of 2,500. And sorry, Tron. Here, I'll get my turn going here. So yeah, like Clarion Spirit, Effigy. Let's do... I'll do 1 user per stream and 4 maximum on the number of them. We'll do that. And then go back, and then should be able to unpause this. All right. If you want to redeem Strixhaven preview talk, you can start doing that, but I probably won't do it today. We'll kick it off on Monday. All right. Sorry, Tron, if you catch this replay. You hear I was a little busy there. What did you do? You made you cast a Harbinger and tapped it to do a Mistwalker. Okay. We've got Misty is a decent blocker against the token for now, but we do have attacks with these two. And let's see, next turn we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. If we foretell the blast, we can't Courser Blast next turn. So yeah, I'm just going to Braggart. Not really doing the Clarion Spirit effectively here, but we're curving out effectively. And being able to Warhorn Blast next turn with all these creatures should give us a nice attack. You'd Courser Foretell. Let's see what we draw. If we draw a 2-drop, let's just go Courser 2-drop. But Courser Foretell, basically putting off the blasting for another turn is reasonable. And especially, it looks like, you know, Blast is not going to get us through here anyway. So, well, now we can go Pretender Blast. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Mike. I just forgot that this was an artifact, right? Totally. Mike's better at Magic than me. We're going to go Warrior again. That's just been better for this deck. All of the angels we cast are Warriors. You want Spirit? I'm looking ahead. That's fair. I just don't think we're going to necessarily double spell too much from here. But that's reasonable. I was looking forward thinking Mike wanted it on Spirit, but I went with what's down the road. Are you a warrior? All right, Master Scald's a warrior. Everybody splashing red. Nobody was in red. Everybody splashing red. Red seemed like the lane based on what we've seen so far. Yeah, not making tokens currently. Might find our other one. Let's see. Do we have attacks? This is where Lindy shines, right? We can send in the air. Warhorn Blast does not, however, kill a Mistwalker, so it's a really rough spot that way. We don't have anything to get back here. I could send in the Bloodline Pretender and get it back for whatever that's worth, but it's not worth much. So I think I go Foretell Warhorn Blast. I like Warhorn Blast and pass because we're not even expecting to, like, let's say we Scalded. What are we doing next turn? I guess we have an attack with Scald if we want to use the Blast to take out the Lindy. But I think that play should be there for us coming up anyway. And really it looks like we need to win this game in the air. So Mistwalker is like the #1 problem right now. More mana, not what we're looking for. Yeah, we need equipment or just the Angel Saga. But now I think we do play the Scald for no value, other than Pretender Pump. At 18, we're not going to block here. Yes, exactly. I mentioned that. Braggart, or sorry, oh, you're talking about Braggart. What? We don't even have a Braggart yet. We have double Warhorn Blast, though. 5, 6, 7. We can't do all of this turn. What about Foretell Blast and Double Blast next turn? Oh, we do have a Braggart. What am I'm out of sorts today, I guess. What's going on? But I still think I like that play of foretelling this. I guess we could... Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see the Braggart. It's weird. When did I cast that? Turn 4. This is a long time ago. Turn 4 was years ago. Yeah, Blast now, Blast next turn is interesting, but I'm going to go with the Double Blast. Do we have other foretelling? Or is anybody who's seen my deck just knows that this is Double Blast? I'm not even sure. Maybe it's just completely face up. I can't look at my deck via Untap GG. Let's see. I can look at... Oh, we have Effigy, but that's out. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, does it matter that they know that we can double blast? Sure. It'd be better if they didn't, right? Well, also, Effigy being on the battlefield gives it away. There's only one in our deck, and those are the only 3 foretell cards we have. I'm not the only one who can't see creatures on the battlefield. I'm swinging all next turn. What else are we doing if we don't swing all next turn? I'd love for them to either, for Tron, I know Tron is he, him. I'd love for him to send the Troll again. Send anything. Please send anything. If we pick up a basic land... And I think that's our whole deck. So if we get a land, we can actually boast Braggart and Double Blast. That would be nice. I'd probably prefer action. I mean, if I can choose what I draw, just give me the Angel Saga and we'll put it off blasting a turn. Arcanist could get back Glimpse or... Wow, a lot of good stuff for Arcanist. Let's see what Tron picks up here. And with Veil on red, none of these are castable. Kind of think Tron should have left blue up, and then they could then he could Glimpse. Well, we're going to lose a long game into 4 castings of Glimpse the Cosmos here, so hopefully this Double Blast works. And yeah, shields are down. I guess they have Sentinel, so they could still do... Tron could still cast one of the Glimpses, and also the Sculptor, so Tron actually does have plenty of play here. Oh, Sculptor, there's no blue snow, so Sculptor doesn't get blue snow, and also shields are not down on Icehide Troll because of the Sculptor. They can. Sculptor says they can. He can. It's Tron. Hi, Tron. Well, asking ye. I'm going to do it. You still double blast? What about double blasting with an angel token? Yeah, great stuff coming, but it's glimpse. He glimpse and gets like 1 or 2 good things. I mean, Scott likes Angel first. Fenner likes Retribution first. Yeah, I'm saying the point of talking about glimpses east is that I'm saying we're asking if we want to let them untap, and I'm saying if we let Tron untap, he goes off with glimpses. So actually, we can. I'm going to send in and be prepared to double blast, and then yeah, and then we can decide on blocks. That's where I ended up with Fenner. Fenner and I landed on the same place. Let's attack and be prepared to double blast, but possibly have the decision that's, oh, hey, look, we can single blast Retribution and then blast again next turn. Tron mathing out the blast sitch, I'm sure. My coffee, I believe, is not empty yet and not in front of me. All right, so what does Single Blast get us? Dead Pretend, this is fine. It saves this. Single Blast, safe, 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 dead. But we could boast and trade. Boast and trade. Although then we don't have Retribution. And safe. So, Single Blast plus Axe Guard does look pretty good, but it does mean no Retribution. And Double Blast gets a ton of damage in here too. I'm going to go Single Blast Boast. Then we just have Warhorn Blast and Retribution next turn, and that's good too, right? Yeah, let's do that. Especially that, like, Double Blast doesn't save any additional creatures except for the Braggart. Like, everything else survives. Like, that's just not enough value out of this second blast. Well, I like the line we ended up with. We were sitting there trying to figure out what to do this or not, and the answer was attack and figure it out. But if we have another Warhorn Blast, Siriana, we almost don't care that it blocks again next turn, because we just blast again. They have Mistwalker, though. Misty, good call, though. Yeah, if this was their only giant, that would have been an interesting take on it to prevent the glimpse flashback. But honestly, it's not like I made that play because I identified the Mistwalker as a giant. I hadn't thought about it at all, so that's an interesting thought, Siriana. And yeah, that's a good call too, Arbitar. I didn't put it that way, but the Warhorn Blast next turn is going to push through damage. And this is the heavy glimpsing we knew Tron would be able to do, but hopefully he either... Like he's gonna find good stuff, but he's got to use up mana to do it, so hopefully he just doesn't have the room to do it all, given that he's gonna find some stuff here. Yeah, we could even save the blast for next turn. Currently, the... Yeah, I kind of like Raptor Retribution Pass. Although it does give him another turn with glimpsing. So now if we send in, we can play this so that it pumps the Pretender. So we should definitely do that. Well, we can do it all. I mean, we can, but we still have the blast. The question is, yeah, so let's figure out what we might be sending. We could send Scald, we could send Pretender, we could send Courser. Courser doesn't give a dead Mistwalker, but it does bounce off of it. They've got the Iceman. Now, I think we go Raptor and pass. With the Troll on the ground, with activation mana, what are we getting through? Unless we're... And I'm just going to wait on Blast. Well, yeah, if we're willing to use the Blast. But what does using the Blast get us here with Tron at 16? I'm going to go with my gut and wait here. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you, Amazonian. Amy, welcome. Appreciate the raid. You've caught us in the middle of our chat gauntlet. On Fridays, I battle against chat. I drafted against 7 of my viewers. Well, 6 of... Rach is a viewer. We have a guest streamer as well who's also streaming this event. And we're trying to get the right combination of stuff to get this game won. And I think this is going to do... We only have the one angel. Oh, we have 2 angels. So we can kill one here and kill another thing here, and that's going to be very good. We're going to kill the Charger and the Mistwalker. East trying to trick me into going on about coffee when I've got Raiders. No, I won't do that. I love coffee, though. Mwah. I do roast my own. Boo! Still have an angel, though, so we can take out the most offending flyer. Also, we figured they would have something given all this glimpsing. But now they need something for the Pretender. Let's see if Hat finds Pretender too. I was mixed up. Also, the raid confused me a little. I was thinking we were on Tron's turn. We weren't. We were on mine. So we had to make through a whole Tron turn, which changes the likelihood of us having what we want when we untap. I think it's just the 2, but cast 4 times total. Yeah, the ground is not looking very healthy for us, but the air looks great. Replicating ring. Let's see, got to make sure Mistwalker can't get out of range. I might need to Warhorn Blast as not a combat trick. Ah, that's rough. Really didn't want to see another Mistwalker. But as we said, we knew that letting Tron get to double glimpse was going to be, you know, quad glimpse is going to make it tough for us. Ah, fascinating draw. That changes things quite a bit. Quite a bit. Troll is indeed killable. But do we care? I don't think we care about the troll, because I think we're going to win in the air if we win. And, what are you saying, Mike? Yeah, I put the 2-3 in the air? Yeah. And then, yeah, like that. Because the 4 can attack on the ground anyway. Scald is called, but yeah, well, I don't know, Mike. You like it on the 3-3 so that we can attack with Scald. And then, so this attacks as a 6-5. And our 6-5 does what on this ground? I mean, they could chump. They could, I mean... Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. I just don't know why you want 2-3 in the air instead of the Scald in the air. Because you think, because a 2-3 becoming a 4-4 just bounces off the Arcanist. But if they spend the Arcanist on a block of the effigy, that's okay with us, right? Yeah, I'm not quite following why we should do it that way, Mike. I'm going to move it to the Scald. And in order to kill the... actually, we could do it this way. How about... Oh, actually, we don't even need to move. We don't need to. Never mind. I was thinking I need to make the Pretender bigger, but since Tron tapped low, we just get a free Mistwalker killed. So let's do this. Argument for wingsing up the Raptor so that it can kill a Mistwalker on blocks, but that's okay. We're going to do the... I'm going to go the Scald plan. And just... We can leave the effigy back anyway. Yeah, but this is more damage, right? It kind of forces it. I don't know. This is what I'm going to do. How do we get a 1-1? We lost our, if you're thinking about the Clarion Spirit, we don't have that anymore. Or am I thinking, what are you thinking about? Yeah, maybe I should have sent the effigy too. They can't block at all. It's just that everything's in the air, so they can easily block the effigy is the thing. And that's why Mike wanted to put it in the air, because they can't easily block the Scald on the ground. But I just don't think it's worth making bad blocks on the ground in this case. Let's see what this gets us. trying to withstand quad glimpse to come away with another win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tron has this right quick. He can do it right now. But is it enough? They can take out the he can take out the raptor or a spirit. Nothing else dies to this world tree. But Tron really trying to cling and turn the corner, but without flyers, I think we look pretty good. This is a must block, and you can use the world tree to take out one of the other ones, but then 2 are getting through. Veil is on red. Good call. Double striking Pretender. Maybe we just move that in the air. Although, again, whatever's in the air must block our air support. So we can just do that. And actually, yeah, Troll can block and Sculptor can reanimate. So unless we had Trample, there's no real reason to do that. Yeah, we just send in... Well, they already have Force Block, right? I mean, this is 5 power. We don't, like, we could move this. I guess it's bigger or whatever, but doesn't really matter, right? I don't see the difference. So, as sexy as a flying Pretender is, I don't see the difference. I'm going to do this. Well, Pretender's not going to be double striking on blocks, right? So they block the same, basically. And we can move the equip and it'll be the same thing. Although maybe the argument is if we need to block, we would rather have the Master Scald die, and we'd rather leave the Pretender around. That could be the tiebreaker, given that they're basically the same attack. Yeah. Fenrir is on that line as well. But I will go ahead and move this equip to the effigy and just increase the overall strength of our ground, spread it out a bit. Yeah, maybe, because they still had to block the 4/4 and it would have killed the thing. Maybe moving the equip over, I don't think it would have been lethal, but right now, yeah, let's see if Tron can find an answer. Oh, that's true. Yeah, we move wings off a ground guy, and then we don't have the huge beastie in the air. We needed the huge beastie in the air. Double path. But double path, not going to be enough, right? Mistwalker is enough to survive another turn. Will you stop, Tron? I'm trying to beat you here. For Pete's sake. And I'm flooding.
Oh, here comes the flood.
So I'm putting on the Pretender this time because of the logic I came to after we discussed it last time, which is that actually I'd rather risk Scald on blocks than Pretender, so let's send the Pretender. And Pretender is lethal, so Spirit should be a free attack unless they come up with something that we don't understand here. They can't, they're tapped out. All right, we're putting it. Another flyer test for Tron. Let's see if he can pass again. I'm going to leave the... I guess there's no reason to leave that there. We have so much mana. I'll keep spreading it around. Maybe I should put it on Scald so that it can potentially eat an attacking Arcanist if there was some Arcanist attack, but really this is just about whether our wings plus a ground dude can get in for the 4. We have overcome some serious card advantage from Tron and card quality advantage. There's 8 cards left in Tron's library. There are 20. Yeah, Troll Pumps, good call. We've got 1, 2, 3. So troll can be 8. So we'll put the effigy on a troll and Scald on a 2/2. This is not sad. Whatever. This feels desperation. Fenor, you don't want to make sure we don't lose to a troll? I know, but they might have other stuff. Like, they could have a pump 4 times and... I mean, maybe it's unlikely they're playing pump, but yeah, I just don't like putting myself at risk to that. I don't think Tron is playing Mammoth Growth, but I'm not going to risk it when we have a crackback win with this block. Onslaught is much more likely, and we even saw that in the packs. Although I don't think that's the kind of card that Tron would end up with. The white is incidental. Tron is like non-white snow. And yeah, I agree, Fenor. It's highly unlikely, but... I mean, I guess your concern is we make those blocks, Tron actually answers the stuff that would be lethal, and then we're in big trouble. But I think we're going to be in big trouble in that case anyway. So there you go. I could play the Valk and pump this, but it doesn't matter, and I believe Tron when he says GG. If Tron is early GGing me, might have to ban him. Well, if Tron is early GGing me, I'm going to ask him why he's being rude. Like, I just don't see that. I just don't see Tron doing that, but maybe he's going to be cheeky or something. Yeah, I would have been shocked if Tron early GG'd me, but you could convince me someone might try it for the lulz. But I think anybody who's been around here long enough knows that I would not lull. I would be like, come on. That's what I would be. But I am not, because Tron was not. Yeah, that was just good clean fun. Little hair toss meme.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
That was the deck I was most scared of, I think. Although there could, let's see, who were we passing to? Wasn't it, whoever we were passing to was the one I thought would have the absurd giant deck. And I thought that was Radianware that we passed to. All right. Tony's Gin, let's do it. For all you Amazonian viewers still hanging out with us, thank you so much for sticking around. Appreciate it. If you haven't given me a follow yet, maybe you could do that, and then we'll see each other again sometime. Appreciate the hangout, though. Exactly. See, now we're going to see Nitsu again for sure. Just for sure. Ooh, nice. On the play with Spirit into Pick, into or maybe into Courser. A lot of possibilities here, but Sneep! And for any Amy viewers who are not even sure who I am Ryan Spain. I co-created the Limited Resources podcast with Marshall Sutcliffe before heading to R&D for 5 years, and then the Arena team for a couple more. And now I'm here streaming. I was just going to go Spirit, but now we can go Effigy, Foretell, and Spirit Effigy on turn 2 for the token, or turn 3 for the token. So we're going to do that. No problem, Tron. We were discussing whether you're being like early GG cheeky and you're going to demon bolt our flyer. I'm like, I don't think Tron would early GG me. He's just messing around, which was fine. All right, so we got our Spirit Effigy. If I play Strarnheim Courser and play Effigy, do I gain a mana? No. And I was like, Tron wouldn't do that. That's not what Tron is doing. Because he knows, because you know I wouldn't take it well. Like, maybe if I was the type where you knew I would just laugh about it, but you know that I wouldn't take it well, and so that you wouldn't do that. All right, my kind of returning fellow wizard, Mitsu, coming back after 20 years. Welcome back to the game. It's only gotten better, honestly. Now we get a couple of options. I kind of like... I guess I like pick, equip, so and attack, and then we can get some extra... It lets the effigy attack and gives us some mana. I could put the pick on the flyer to just guarantee the treasure, but I think I'm going to just say if you want to spend this turn chumping with your effigy, I'm cool with that too. Like, I can wait on my plan for a turn if your choice is to chump with effigy here. I do like Valk next turn over Retribution. If we get a mana, we can even go Courser Valk. And then Retribution will be even cheaper. Scald in hand for getting Retribution back is nice here as well. All right, found our land, so I'm going to go ahead and do what I was suggesting and go Courser Valk this turn. I'm willing to offer the effigy though. It's hooked up with the equip. Either we trade for a recluse or we get some treasure. Either way, I'm happy. But I'm going to leave the flyer back. All right, now with 6 mana, does that change anything? Because we could go Retribution Valk now. I like that. Let's put him to the test. Oh, I'm no longer playing Tron, so I don't know gender. I should say put them to the test. You try to kill stuff with your angel, but I'm still happy because we're going to get this back with Scald and make Tony do it all again. And to that end, I'm going to move the pick now. Get in some treasure damage and just Courser. Could Braggart and use the treasure, but I like Courser not use the treasure, I think. Well, maybe I'm just being random. I guess Courser out with Scald helps us cast this cheaper when we do get it back. Braggart doesn't have blocks on this board. Effigy already has blocks in the Recluse. I'm gonna go, yeah, Flyers just seem better anyway, right? Braggart's not really getting through on this ground very well. And yeah, it preserves the Scald play, right? courser of their own. And I'm going to send both these flyers. It's all good. Effigy has no attacks on the ground, but I'll trade off any of these flyers right now. It's fine. I'm even willing to send the courser. I don't care if the courser lives. Yes, it makes the retribution cheaper or whatever, but we can already pay. It's no big deal. Let's clear the air so the angels get through or whatever. Preserving the courser suggests maybe they have some artifacts or enchantments of their own. I could see land, angel sword next turn. That would be a reason to keep the courser there instead of trade. But we're gonna go fetch our saga. Could move the pick to what end? We can block everything we want to block, so I'm going to leave the treasure and not move the pick now. Well, it's a weird block also unless they go land Angel Sword. We passed one. We took an Angel Sword and we passed the other one, and if Tony ended up with the other one, they could totally be setting up an Angel Sword play here. Yeah, I could be thinking about mine. Hey, speaking of. So maybe we do this now ahead of the Retribution. And do that. And Courser, we could still offer the trade. I think so. I'm going to keep sending Courser and be like, whatever, because we want to clear for this. So if trading either of these is fine to me. We also have things like way down in the deck, so a dead Courser actually has value to us. Yeah, I could have sent Scald. That's true. I don't know why I didn't. I'm just not thinking right there. One of the most winning rares of the deck in the set. We got double Retribution. Hopefully that's going to be enough for us. And I think I like pick on the Scald and then attack. But pick on Angel, yeah, they're probably blocking here. I like Scald because what are they going to do? Make the Chariot? Although we kind of want to stay back on the ground, given what's going to attack us on the ground. So I think I like pick on the Angel Retribution second main. It's probably getting chumped, but I mean it's free mana, so I'm going to move it. I mean, if I cast 3 Furia's Retribution and can't win the game, I mean, this is a way to not win it, but... Yeah, that's true. We could have blocked this and lived. But it looks like with the way they're attacking, they may have something like that anyway. I'm going to go ahead and block, though. Trade for Chariot or Trick. But yeah, having something on the Scald would have helped, but Tony doesn't have it for the Angels. All right, got there again.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Getting nervous about your hair, chat? See, this is when you start talking about no-nos. 5 wins is when you can start talking about no-nos, I think. If I do 7-0, I'm going to have to start thinking about what I've won. Because I make up the rules, so. All right, Saitama. One Punch Man coming up. Good game, Tony. Thanks for playing. Real appreciate it. Real good words coming from my mouth. I speak words good. You get surprise D&D tonight on Discord? What does that mean? You have a D&D group that plays via Discord and you got a unplanned session that sprung up? Not the best opener, but Death Knell Berserker into a pick with any other land helps us get to Retribution eventually, so I'm going to keep on the play. Ideal draw is a Plains. But I'll even take a Swamp. The second ideal draw is any land, because now we can pick up on 3, cast and equip, and go. And then if we can connect again, we have the double white even without a Plains. And Raven Wings would help us do that. Well, I hate drafted one of these Elder Halls, knowing it's a pretty darn good card for an elf deck to have, but we didn't get all of them apparently. All right, pretty swampy, but again, we have a plan, so right on. I don't want to trade with a pack mate, even though, I mean, they might take it because we get a creature if they block, but I really want the second treasure for the Retribution, so we're going to Wings up and get that treasure. That's what I'm doing. Can even Berserker, but then we'd lose the treasure that I'm trying to preserve for the Retribution, so we're going to pass here. Elder Fang, what are we going to let go? Probably just the Berserker. We don't have white beyond treasure yet, but we're going to get more treasure next turn, so we can cast the Braggart and the Retribution off our 3 treasures. So I'm going to ditch the Berserker. Natural Plains. Not sure how much mana we're going to have, but I'm going to start with an attack anyway and find out. So 4, 5, 6, 7 says we can almost but not quite do it all, so we're going to Retribution here. And yeah, sure, you can have a Berserker meme. Which is weird for the angel thing, but whatever.
Come on, Berserker, girls think sexy.
My love for you is like a truck berserker.
Oh wait, I can do it all. Was my math off? Somehow I counted 7. We had 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just had 8, and I didn't count right. Okay, cool. I can't count, but I can see when the UI says something is castable. Maybe next warrior. Maybe the rule for this deck should be when I cast the Changeling naming warrior, then you get the warrior's meme. Yeah, there's warriors all over the place. But I'm still gonna hold. And it's worth noting, you know, we had the one we've just been noticing, like, Retribution either just destroys or is a 1-for-1. And in this case, well, not even 1-for-1, they're gonna get a land out of this too and stuff. Hopefully the Berserkers can still just get there. We can go Braggart, and then to stop the Braggart, they need to double block. So anyway, we're gonna. Oh yeah, Wings on Braggart is fine. Although, yeah, let's do Wings on Braggart. I like it. We can even move both potentially. Oh, but you're saying, yeah, 3/3 is fine to send in. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, I like it. Let's do this. This makes a lot of sense to me. Block whatever you want on the ground there. I don't know if it's super underrated. People are pretty high on it. My stance, though, is, you know, it can still be bad if you don't have the aggro or you don't have the creatures, right? But I think people have come around. Like, I think what got people on this is, like, this type of equipment historically has not added anything to power. I think the adding 1 point to power is what made it a little more underrated, although also added an equip cost, so it's a little clunkier to use. And yeah, I think there are a lot of decks that don't want wings in the sense of, and actually, I don't know what they have that might be 4 versus 5. I guess I'll leave it here in case if they kill something, the Berserker makes a creature. And I'll sandbag. No, I'm not going to sandbag a land because we have double white, and if we don't have any treasure, we can't cast it. I want to make sure if we get another Retribution, we cast it. Ah! Salute to Comrade. Of course, Saitama is streaming too, so if they're talking about it, they're going to be pointing at stuff like I do. But score 1 for Comrade cards. Here, I'm going to give you the Comrade cards meme as a celebration of that call.
You know what happened with the DRE?
Still a decent spot. The Braggart attacks as a 5/5, and they have to put everything in front of it to have enough damage to kill it. pick also helps. We can make the Berserker tougher. Well, let's see. Where do we want to put this pick? Maybe put it on the Braggart, and they don't have the power to kill the Braggart at all. So that seems pretty strong. And then Berserker can trade with whatever, and we're happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Braggart, send all, and boast. Yeah, that's true. If I put it on the Berserker, we put 2 lethal threats, potentially. But this is also pretty darn good, wiping out their board. But let's see, if we'd done it the other way, then they have to chump. So yeah. Although, no, they don't chump. They trade chump. They, like, trade with the Berserker and then chump. But still might have been better. Verdict. Yeah, it could be Verdict. They can make 3 mana. Gifts would be interesting, too. I think we want these 2 dead over the Vandal. I think Vandal's the least important here, now that it's done its job. That's interesting. Yeah, Mike, it was too late. I just kind of did it. But not boasting would have been interesting, but the trouble is they kill the Braggart that way. So I feel like we had to do it, or else we're just accepting dead Braggart. And this way the Braggart lives. So I just feel like I was going to risk it, but that's a reasonable concern. Yeah, gifts would be pretty good. All right, we still got 2 for 1, or 3 for 1, really, so this is fine. Not ideal. We'd like him dead, but problem is we're down to this, and Saitama has 4 cards, about to get a 5th, and a blocker. So 1 is not 0, and I think this is a pretty close game. Yeah, like we might be behind. That's the nature of Magic, right? If we had more, if we had reach out and kill you stuff in our deck, like reach out and ping you for 1, I'd feel great. But as it is, Saitama can play a defensive turn next turn, and we could just draw lands and be done, you know? Yes, I think so, Fenor. Hopefully, lack of a bunch of mana is in our favor here. Like, it's one thing to have 5 cards, but you can't deploy them all. You only get your best of them. Well, yeah, it's because it looks like they wanted to 2-spell this way, get some extra life back. So here we go. Like I said, this is not over, but a flyer is just the best thing for us. No even reason to attack, though, because of the Shadow Sage, but certainly like dropping a Valk and equipping it up. I'm not going to bother. I mean, I could make it cheap, but we have other things. I guess the Scald. Yeah, we haven't used Scald this game, so like I want to leave fodder in the graveyard for way down in Scald. And I like this split so that Elder Hall doesn't get either of these. Exactly. Berserker dies into a 2/2 and can't be killed by this. If they send the Shadow Sage, what is this for? Is this for something splashy? Is this for a splash treasure? I don't see how we block here. I say no blocks. I don't like blocking with the Berserker. Yeah, it gets us a 2/2 back, but I don't know. Maybe that was dumb. We'll see what they do with it. I guess if they Demon Bolt my Valkyrie, I'll feel silly. But that was part of it, Mike. Like, since this attack, like, we can actually send both. Well, that makes it a little tougher, but we can move the pick and send. Let's see what this does, though. Ooh, that's interesting. Let's just force the chump and a presumed chump here of Sentinel. If we send the Berserker, it just bounces unless we move the pick, but then this is not a chump. But then this is. So it's like chump one. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, well, it's still correct. You're right, Mike. We'll move it over because this can't activate except at sorcery, and we can even move the pick back. Faithful is vulnerable to this, but then we make him use it. Can even put 2 picks on the Faithful if we want. Yeah. But Fëanor, if they chump with the Vandal, then... Oh, that's interesting, though. Yeah, if we force the Sentinel chump, we set up a win next turn. If we don't force the Sentinel chump, we potentially give them 2 turns. So as much as I like Mike's thoughts, I'm actually thinking Fëanor has come up with an interesting question that is worth asking. And I am going to move it. Move it back. So cha-chaing in my indecision, but I think this is correct. Okay. That's probably a misclick, but I think we had it next turn, so Saitama's misclick probably wasn't going to make a difference, but...
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Either they forgot they had a reach creature or they just misclicked. Either one was unlikely to change that outcome. I don't know what else they had in hand. Jank in the Tank is here to try and stop the skunk of chat. I got 6-0 on you, and we're going to try to get 7 here, and Jank is going to try and hold the line. Last line of defense for chat is, unfortunately, Jank. That's a Jank joke, not saying Jank in the Tank is actually not a good. But, I mean, their name is Jank. I don't know. I have 7-0'd chat before, and I took it upon myself to say that if you 7-0 me, you don't get to control my eyebrows. But I'm going to think about it. If I said, let's not, I don't like to plan ahead, though. That's counting chickens before hatched. Let's play a game, and we'll talk about it later. But this, again, it's like, I'm not superstitious as much as just like, but it's not real yet. Let's worry about the game ahead, and talk about that if it matters after this game. Keeping this. Nice start. Need any land and we're on fire. What's the opposite of super? I'm substitious. Mini-spicious. Thank you, Queen. Yeah, we saw either a misclick or I forgot I had reach. Shield made a better lead off. Nah, well, we have 1-drops, right? So like, I just felt like if I guess we didn't have a 1-drop we could cast. Like if we drew our Raptor, we wouldn't be able to 2-spell. So maybe it would have been better to lead with something else, but here we are. Next turn we can 2-spell these, so I'm going to go Faithful now. But then, yeah, I think you're right. Like it's not going to matter today, but in terms of thinking about Clarion Spirit plays, I should have thought that through better and planned for Spirit on 4. Because we had Shieldmate, Wings, and Spirit already, so we knew that we could, with land drops, get there on that. Yeah, that's the other reason, Siriana. I mean, you don't take the risk, and you set up to guarantee that first Spirit, right? The playing it on 4 means you get to go boom, boom. At least I get a 1/1, and you can't do anything about that, right? And there's the Raptor that had me playing this early, but not correctly because we only have the 1 white. So we couldn't have gone... I guess we could have gone Wings Raptor. So my line had some merit, but I do like the thought that was to do it the other way. Shieldmate Wings here, though, is good. We can offer the Faithful, but the Wings on the Faithful could be really good, and we might... And Shieldmate's going to try and block the Seeker. But I'm down for this play this turn. And holding, no attacks. I would like to Wings up the Faithful and do 4 lifelink a turn, and we put Shieldmate in front of Seeker if it attacks. And if we draw something, another alternative would be to 2-spell with Raptor. If we draw some 2-drop. Oh yeah, 3-drop mean? It had to be black, but like maybe one of those Berserkers. Or it doesn't matter. So can't cast because of the double white. We are mostly white. We're 9/7 planes, but we just didn't get the split we wanted here. But we do get to 2-spell for no value. I'm going to Raptor and we're going to hook up the Faithful. We can start with the Faithful though. I'm going to leave the Flyer back because I would put Shieldmate and Token on the Seeker if they swing. Yeah, I suppose. Maybe I'm not being aggro enough, but I've made my line, so I'm going to take it. Made my bed and I'm lying in it.
You know I'm mobbing with the DRE.
I'm not attacking with Spirit because I am willing to block Spirit and Shieldmate on Seeker if they swing in. I didn't want to give them a Seeker attack into Shieldmate Raptor. Well, I might have done that too. We could have 2-for-1'd ourselves, but I'd rather just throw away the token, right? And can't find our second white source, but Kennel Master, not a bad pickup here. We can even... How do we want to do this? Extra damage in the air. Yeah, just extra damage in the air. Kennel Master on the Flyers. We can't really do anything on the ground that matters, so... And now I'm going to get aggro. I'm not with Kennel Master back, we have something for the Seeker. Presenting lethal in the air. And we got our second planes for the Angel. That's great. If we send in all the Flyers, they could technically choose to just eat one of these two and take 4, but then they go to 1 with a bunch of Flyers left. So Wings on the 2/1. alpha. Yes, I like that too, Mike. Move equipment to... Well, what we want is as many creatures as possible to have 3 power. That's where Mike is coming from. So, yes, send all, but after moving this to the shield mate. And we still get retribution after combat anyway if this doesn't end the game. So now the question is, do we retribution or do we play around something like Blood in the Snow and try to win with this? I think we play around something like Blood in the Snow. We got 3 flyers, so kind of Sweeper is the only thing that gets him out of it. So if Sweeper is the only thing that gets Jank out of this, we're going to protect. We're going to have a rebuild plan if they do have that. All right.
I do my head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
That's how you do it, chat. 7-0 is possible. Boom. So that's gonna happen a bunch. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, chat. Good games. What does the new 7-0 mean? I think... Was Retribution the MVP there? I don't even think Retribution was the MVP. What was the MVP of that deck? Was it just Clarion Spirit? Was it just Wings? Feels like Wings is what got us so many of those games. That's the thing. Retribution, even when all it did was eat removal, was eating removal so that all the other stuff got through, right? Keyword flying, I like that charge. Keyword flying got us there. Fenner says density of flying, but... And that's where the wings, though, comes in again, right? Because we had a bunch of natural flyers and some wings for the ground creatures, and it all added up to enough in the air that we got around a couple of opponents who almost turned the corner. But the flying was key in finishing off those games where our opponents were threatening to turn the corner. So Tron says, Jace puppet for Mama, since isn't it out of the store yet? That's got to leave the store and then we never hear about it again, right? As if I never hear about that again. Oh. What an annoying puppet. Bye, Jace. In what world does me 7-0ing mean that I have to buy the most annoying pet the game offers? That I take a lot of chat suggestions, but not that one. Not that one. I'm the worst. Hey, you're the one who just rained subs. I don't know what you want from me. You're not punishing me very well for my poor attitude, apparently. You want to see what the core draft is about? How about this? Maybe we'll do a core draft to test it, and then and I'll play it over the weekend off air. But let's start by gratuitously and extensively and excessively thanking everybody who is involved in making the Gauntlet happen. Hat especially, thank you, Skeptical Hat, for all your hard work to make this event go so smoothly every week. And Mama's in there too doing her thing in Discord. The Discord in general is amazing, and that's because of you all. It's certainly not because of me, because I'm barely there. I got to admit, we've talked about how I could change that and some places I could get more involved in Discord. And it is on my radar. I got a lot of stuff going on, and I'll try to be more involved. But even without me, and maybe especially without me, the Discord is incredible. So check out the Discord. You can do this kind of drafting as well with friendly folks looking to improve at Limited Magic: The Gathering. And they're waiting for you. All you got to do is check out the link in the YouTube notes or see the link here and join us in Discord. And maybe you can be playing in this event next time and helping try to prevent what just happened to you all. 7-0 in my favor. Right on. Good games, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you later, YouTube friends. And yeah, we'll do a little, I'm curious about this core set thing. Curious, not excited, I gotta tell you, but curious. We'll take a look. Yeah, certainly, maybe the MVP of that event was actually like Mike, Fenor, and everybody else in chat who was finding excellent lines. Seriously, good job today in chat, helping me find all the best lines. It's always fun to puzzle it out with you all. Smart chat helps me out. Okay, thanks, Mama. This is available on mtgadraft.herokuapp.com. I said chat's the MVP, but they were on my team, and my team won. Yeah, that was fun, right? The 04 killing the -2/4. That was the highlight of the event, I think. Or maybe just that was the fun highlight of the event. The, oh my God, please hammer, don't hurt him moment of the event was killing 3 things with the Furia's second chapter. I'm going to think about that this weekend. I'm going to think about what your penalty is over the weekend. We can talk about it Monday, but let's do a quick check of this format. Sure. I'm going to get rid of these spoilers, though. Just call it core BO1. There we go. That works. Greetings, everyone. Welcome. Wizards has put up something new in offer here. It's a premier draft of core sets. There are 3 core sets on the system, M19, M20, M21, and basically select 1 card at a time from rotating draft packs. The cards will be added to your collection. Yeah. So these types of events and these types of queues, for me, tend to be more interesting as theory craft than actual play. Look, all Magic is pretty fun, or at least most Magic has some good fun potential, right? Whether, slinging magical cards in general is pretty fun for me, and limited is my favorite way to do it. And so I'm going to have fun. We're going to draft core set cards and have a fun draft. But is it going to be better than a finely crafted R&D blessed released set? I'd say no, but also variety is the spice of life, right? So that's what really this is about. It's saying, look, I mean, if it were so easy to make a good draft format, they wouldn't have to work so hard. You just like, if you can just throw cards at the wall and make a good limited set, then that's what they would do. And in a sense, that's what this is, in the sense that like there's no intended cross synergies for limited between these sets because they were not designed to be played together. The fun part about this can be discovering the unintended interactions, right? That's the upside of this type of thing, is that when you do find a cool interaction across sets, you're like, oh, they didn't even intend that to be part of this environment. I just found it. I found this combo in this thing they threw together, and that makes me feel clever and good. So that's the best upside of this kind of chaos draft. But as a game designer, as a former R&D'er, I have a soft spot for developed content, right? But we're gonna try it out. We're gonna see if it's any good and see what happens. I know what's any good in your retail experience, though. If you want to see if Card Kingdom is any good, I can spoilers you. They're good. They have everything you need for your tabletop game, or if they don't have it yet, they're working on it and we'll get it soon. They have tons of Strixhaven pre-release excitement happening where you can see what stuff is available for pre-order as it becomes available for pre-order. And if you check them out via my affiliate link in the panels in the YouTube notes, you know what I'm going to say. They're going to know you got there from here. It helps keep me on the air. You want to do that, right? Of course. All right. Let's do this. Yeah, you could ask yourself, like, what's good across all formats? Like, what was good in all three of these sets? And certainly M19 had a ton of Boros Go Wide support. That was kind of the best deck of M19. M20, I don't remember it being Boros specific, but certainly had some good aggro. That was the Elementals one, or was that M21 was the Elementals one? M20 is that equipment one, right? Anyway, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to look for good cards, see what happens. All right, so we're on M19 to start. Isareth the Awakener, pretty darn good if you can attack with it. Whenever this 3/3 Death Toucher attacks, you may pay X. When you do, return target creature with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield with a corpse counter on it. If that creature would leave the battlefield, exile it. So you can't just do... Oh, sorry. My bad. Let me get out of your way. You didn't need to see it. I did read it out loud, but there it is. Decent rare to start. Skyrider Patrol is pretty busted if you are in those colors. I think... yeah, it's probably Patrol or Isareth. And this seems like more fun to me. This is probably better as a first pick, but I'm going to take this. Because this seems more fun to me, and that's where I'm at right now. Dwindle, what's this? Oh, yeah. It blocks, destroy it. That's not bad. Bristling Boar, whatever. Scholar of Stars, whatever. Baloth, yeah, I guess we just take the big boy. It's fine. Blanchwood Armor is not good enough. Well, it's kind of the best card here, right? There's really not much going on in this pack. Yeah, Skyrider the Baloth seems fine. Just so you know, I'm not going to finish this event. It's going to, well, I suppose if we like quickly 03 or something, we might play it all out. But my plan is to play a match or two and then finish this over the weekend and let you know how it went. Declare dominance. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. All creatures able to block this turn do so. Able to block it. So Super Lure. Super Lure is interesting. But yeah, Druid is good. Accelerating out to this powerful stuff we started with seems excellent. There was that other ramper. Oracle, pretty good as I remember. Gift of Paradise is okay. I just was talking about how we like ramp, but I like that this ramp is a creature. This can do a bunch of things. This can ramp and block and attack. This just ramps and fixes. So Rock's Oracle, though, yeah. Turns out replacing creatures before they even done anything is quite excellent. So we'll take the cheese pizza. Here's a $5 tip for you, Roxy. Base green 5-color was good in this format, as I recall, but this is not this format. This is only one pack of this format, so we don't want to over-commit to that. Guide keeps us green. Dragon Egg. Boar. I remember Boar being just okay. I mean, we can take it here. There's not much else. We're taking Highland Game. Highland Game is grudgingly playable. Starcrown Stag was underwhelming. I thought it was going to be better than it was. I'll take it. Yeah, it ended up being, it looked better than it was, but it was still playable, right? Just underwhelming, I think is a great way to put it. We've been cut hard on blue. There's been no blue in these packs, but I really want to play this patrol, so I'm probably just going to keep forcing it, and then we'll get a lot of blue in pack 2 or something. So Spider? Yeah. Ether Tunnel is actually a combo card in green. You put this on a hexproofer. There's a uncommon big boy hexproof that if you throw this on can just win you the game right quick. So we're going to take this and try to make that happen. These Thornhide Wolves are no Vigilant Baloth, but what else are we taking? We could take the land in case of splashing. Take the dragon, because it's just, yeah. I don't think we need to take this. Fiery Finish, 7 damage to target creature. That's pretty expensive. I'd rather just have the dragon. Oh yeah, Spores. Actually, maybe I'll take this. Spores or dragons feels correct, and hard removal for smaller stuff, good enough. We'll take that. And actually, you can do this. It's instant, so you can do it mid-combat to get bigger things, too, on occasion. I don't think we want Uncomfortable Chill, though. Titanic Growth, playable. Ooh, we did that thing again. Hey. Are they going to randomly... I want to pick the card that's no longer here. Can I... Alt-tab? Oh well, whatever. Life goes on. That's reportable though. If you're strapped for gems and Wizards does that to you, let them know, and they'll take care of you. Minotaur, Havoc Devils, land. Trample's all right. You like Dwindle? Yeah, actually Dwindle's playable, and I really do want to play this patrol. And we got the Dominance. This is swingy, but if you find the right spot for this, it's game winning. I don't think Talons is a good card, but it's sometimes playable. All these dragons. Guiding stuff is not what we're up to. I'm going to take a dragon. Instigator. If we end up Gruul, we'd play that. And hey, look, maybe. Although I don't know about this in Limited. I played a ton of this in Constructed because I'm an aggro red type of guy in Constructed, but what are we looking at? Alternatively, Leafkin Druid. No blue except Bone to Ash. That's kind of funny. Can still splash this. Green, white, gold card is interesting too. I might take Chandra. She's a planeswalker.
Not to brag, but I'm totally the best pyromancy student.
I might take Chandra. She's a planeswalker. Although we could take Barkhide. But Chandra into Chandra, maybe wheeling an Embercat seems all right.
Be afraid, wizard. I hope I sounded
Marauding Raptor looks appealing, but is really hard to pull off. You just kind of can't really do it, I've found. Scampering Scorcher, though. We can do that. Yeah, I'm pivoting. Maybe we splash the patrol, but blue wasn't really open. I was just trying to force it, and I openly said so, and it's kind of failed. So let's just read the tea leaves and move to red-green here. Flame Sweep now? Oh, sorry. I thought that was a more traditional single target. I don't know if Flame Sweep's actually good for us relative to what, though. Nothing else here is particularly good. Is this a Flame Sweep deck? Let's say we don't play the blue. Yeah, we got some big boys that aren't going to die to it. Scorcher stuff dies, but mostly our stuff lives. So I think we can take the sweep. 2-drop is reasonable as well, but this isn't super appealing. Maybe we get it on the wheel. Red seems wide open. Those dragons were going by like nothing. I mean, maybe they're a little underwhelming by modern standards, but if you can get to the 8, I mean, you're killing stuff. What do we got here? Really just a land, I think. Overcome is no overrun, even though you want it to be. You think it's good enough? Boreal Elemental is also interesting, yeah. I found Overcome to be underwhelming, but I guess we do have tokens. Yeah, I guess with the tokens we have, we can take it. I was thinking more abstractly, but we do have the deck where it could be good. Boreal Elemental is great, but we backed off a blue. Ember Hauler, pretty darn. We're going to take that. Heartpiercer Bow, not enough of these to make them good. Problem with Hauler is the red, but we'll risk it. And if we don't play this on 2, that's okay too. Bird Grabber over the Pump Spell. This is a pretty decent one. Temple could help us potentially splash that Skyrider Patrol. I think we'll take the Temple on that strength. It's only costing us a Reduce to Ashes or a Keldon Raider. I'm going to put this back in the deck and try to run it. And try to find more than just the Temple. If all we end up with is a Temple, we're not running this. But if we can find some other fixing, we could. Same thing with the Warlord here. I think we can take it over even Scorch Spitter. Not super great in Limited, even if you're trying to be aggro. So I'm just going to take the Warlord and see. Right now, it's not even close to the deck, but we have a whole pack to go. We'll see what happens. Best of 1, especially, like, if we were best of 3, you could, Heartpiercer Bow wouldn't be awful, because you could decide to bring it in. But I don't think we're going to play a Singleton Bow. But there's nothing else great here, so that's fine. Yeah, I'll take the Bow because of lack of alternatives. Now, the trouble is we only get 1 pack of Bow cards. So Bond did something we don't like, right? I remember that being pretty medium. Another splash potential. We're not in white, so we're not taking this blade. Airstrike. I don't think it's main deckable best of one. So yeah, I'm gonna take another possible splash card, and here's a possible splash land for that. I guess I can't remember if this is main deck naturalized. I don't think so, but I really don't know. This format is brand new, so it's hard to know what belongs in the main deck on that front. Palladium Mirror is really good ramp. We're not really ramping to anything, but it's excellent. I mean, maybe just ramping to 2 spells is worth it. We have Mala. Mauler's not a great for... Yeah, I think we just take the mirror. There's really nothing else for us here. Mike thinks Sage is interesting. Maybe interesting is a reasonable word for that, but I still like where we ended up on that pick. I think this is going to be a shock format. I think there's going to be a lot of targets for that. And then Dreadmaw maybe on the wheel. I don't know what people are going to think about the old 6/6 for 6 is, you know, as much as we like Lindy and as much as the 4 life has mattered here and there, I would say largely the strength of Lindy in Kaldheim has been a 6/6. So just thinking about that, like the life gain is nice, but I think the real value is just the 6/6. Yeah, and Dreadmaw has the trample, of course. Speaking of trample, training could go on anything, but now we'll take Dreadmaw number 1. We have a Palladium Mirror. Let's make sure we have something to go to. Swiftwater Cliffs lets the Skyrider patrol. Basically, this is like picking a Skyrider patrol. So, Spellgorger Weird is solid. Havoc Jester is solid. But Skyrider Patrol is just excellent. So I'm going to take Skyrider Patrol. Pride Malkin or Cetessan Training. Probably Kitty Cat and see what comes around. Maybe another training comes around. But we're also pretty low on 3s, so I like that as well. I'll go Dreadmaw number 2, although if they're coming around this late, maybe we'll wheel the other one. Truffle Snout might be the better pick here. Punisher, what Punisher? Oh, yeah, Hellkite Punisher is more interesting ramp. Yeah, I guess we can take the Dragon. I just barely see this card because of the 7 mana, but we're doing the thing. We can take this, sure. I mean, you should take that over like another Dreadmaw, right? Another Warmonger, double the power, not really good enough. I guess it could be game winning. But doubling the power doesn't win combat. It has to win the game. I'll take it because there's nothing else here really, but Titanic Growth wins combats. This is just trying to win games. Which you might sounds great, but it's just narrow. You don't always have a time to cast this and win the game. Hunter's Edge, great to pick up here. Fantastic. Got the Sage back anyway, Mike. Bloodfell Caves, if we wanted to splash the black. And we have like, yeah, we have like spores. That's not worth splashing. We'll just take a Mauler here and that's fine. Or you can take gems. Yeah, I'm going to take gems. The Mauler's whatever. Our deck is pretty good already. Rare draft. And I don't mind a Ranger's Guile in this deck either. Havoc Jester came back, so one of the possibilities for The Swiftwater Cliffs is still here. Fungal Rebirth, I found underwhelming. It rarely produced tokens in my memory. I'd rather just support the aggro. True liked it. I never got it to work. Maybe my experience was just different. It makes sapperlings. In my experience, it does not. In my experience, it assuredly does not. But of course, what we're saying is sometimes it makes sapperlings. I never found it made them reliably enough to run it, but True liked it. Yeah, well, I already cut the double power trick, or it meant to. Yeah, we're certainly not playing that. I just think that was a whatever card in that pack. All right, 43, only 3 cuts. Felt like we had deeper picks than only having 3 cuts to make here, but let's see what looks like in the creature slot. The basics are in because that's what's in these magic packs. I think it's partly just a mirror paper, and to even use the same packaging. You know, like if you want to, like if we go to packs, it's going to say. I mean, they could put whatever they want on it, I suppose, but I think it's just to completely reflect what's going on in the paper game. Let's see. What do we want to cut? Well, let's look at our numbers overall. 17.9. I think we can cut the Sage. We've got enough going on at 5. And could cut one of these, sure. They're doing a similar job, so we probably only want one of these. Yeah, I guess maybe cut the Jester, but bring back the Sage for the reach factor. Maybe cut them both. Yeah, I think I like Dominance better. Let's cut Overcome, since those are similar jobs. And then we just have one... What's our least good thing? I guess since we have 2 6s, we could cut another 5. This ramps to 6, so... Yeah, I'll cut the Sage. And then call this a deck. And what are we going to call this deck? We pivoted, we Gruul on Patrol. Smash Patrol. I do like the Singleton Island. I think. Maybe not. Can we run this on just the two duels? I just don't like hurting our core mana. Yeah, the third source is so big for the splash, though. Yeah, I think we need it. Like, splashes are just so much better with that third source. Maybe not. I was going to ask about the Flame Sweep. It hits a lot of our deck now, but it's a powerful effect to have in your back pocket. But I think we cut it. I think you're right. I don't think that's doing enough. It does too much to us. More is the point. Like, I'd rather just have a Sure Strike if we want some combat tricks. Couple of Sure Strikes is okay. Or just bring back the Jester. Yeah, that's fair. We can do the go wide. It's just that the like, I worry, what I don't want to have happen, Fenor, is that we have declared dominance and overcome early and in hand. With Druid and the Palladium Mirror, though, I don't mind being a little heavier. So Yeah, let's try this. Let's move on. Oh, I didn't do full mana check, though. 6, 7, 8 red, 8 green, and then the extra blue. Probably need to do that. I know we have more red, but we have Druid that we really want to be able to cast on 2, or why are we running it? So I'm going to keep it at 8 because of the Druid, which is a little weird, but we do need our green early enough that I want this as a split. Maybe so, Gidanmore. I just kind of, I even said that the Chandra, 3 mana Chandra doesn't seem great in limited, but just kind of went for it because felt like it, and then kind of got paid off. See how this goes from here.
Come on, Berserker. Girls think sexy.
My love for you is like a truck berserker.
Free memes. Free memes. Yeah, I think you're right, Gidanmore, as I think about it. I'd rather have a another ramper than a medium 3 mana planeswalker. Oppo going first, but what are we doing? Like, this is one of those spots where I'm asking for too much out of this. We need a mountain, and we need something to do on 2. Although if we literally get a mountain in the first 2 draws, we get Instigator into Pride Malkin, which could be okay, but I think this is a mulligan. And we can keep this. And what are we sending back here? We need to keep all of our action. We only need 1 green, but it's this is the only spells we have are green. I'm gonna throw back the Swiftwater Cliffs and keep the Temple. Hey, Shorty. No dominance right now. We're looking for something to do on 2, hopefully. And or more land. All right, Instigator is something to do on 2. Pretty underwhelming Pride Malkin, though. Might even just put it on itself. Maybe we come up with something else to do on 3. A lot of equipment over there, no creatures yet. Well, nothing else to do on 3, so we're going to Pride Malkin, and I'll go for extra damage here. Put this on the... Here. Yeah, this is a good card. Well, if we get a land, we have Hunter's Edge for their first creature, we hope. And here we're just going to Scorch. All right, fine start. But kind of goldfished that one. Oppo played a couple pieces of equipment and then scooped. I'll give you 1 more, then I'm going to take off for the day, okay, gang? Could have been color screwed. They did have 2 colors. We don't know. Maybe that green was a splash or something. Can't remember what they showed. Yeah, I guess they just showed the equipment. So we didn't learn really anything. Don't have second red, but this is an easy keep with the temple to try to help us find it. Oppo on the play anyway, we get a couple draws at more red. That is technically more red, but not turn 2 more red. But still, we need land, so I'm going to keep this. And I'll play it here, nothing else to do. Three mana. Hauler is castable. We don't want to kill anything with it yet. Instigator does nothing against the Skelly here, so I still guess we cast the Hauler. One issue is that I really don't want to use Hunter's Edge on it since we eventually want to sack it. Yeah, it's true. They could do something that makes us want to, or we play it and they don't play an aura because we have it. Demon of Catastrophes. Big. Can we get a 5-power creature that can fight this? We'll find out. Yep. Well, I don't have the mana for it yet, but this is our plan, right? Baloth, fight, 2-for-1 ourselves after they 2-for-1 themselves. Maybe we can even go Baloth, Pridemaul can fight and it could live, but that's getting a little greedy, I think. Oh, it's a punch? Oh yeah, even better. Fantastic. Fantastic. I should read cards. What are we doing here, though? We can get wide with the Scorcher and use most of our mana. That's probably the thing to do. We could do, if we do the 3-drop, we could leave up Hauler, but again, I don't want to Pridemaulkin. I guess I could Pridemaulkin itself and then leave up the Hauler sack. No, I'm going to scamper. We'll just build a wide board, and really we're setting up to try and Baloth to kill the Catastrophe. Yeah, if we had to, we could Hunter's Edge, a 3-power creature, and then finish it off with Hauler. But I'd like to avoid a 3-for-2 if I can. In some ways, a 3-for-1, given that the scanner got the demon out for cheap. And actually, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just sack the skeleton to get the demon out, right? That's weird. Well, let's see if we can't get out of this mess next turn. We cannot. We can drag in to have a chump, but then how do we get there from there? I do not know. But we gotta, I mean, we don't play this, we lose, so I guess that's the first thing we do. And we're dead to removal as well. disappointing to let someone go all in on a card like this and not punish them for it, but Oppo did have good tools for this. The Skeleton and the Sky Scanner are both great targets to get a demon out early, and looks like sacrificing stuff for value is kind of what they're up to with like the Bone Splinters too. But this is what we got. I don't know if we have outs. Let's see. What's our removal? Giant spider blocks again. But yeah, we're pretty in trouble here. I'm overcome with the sense that we have lost. Even actual overrun wouldn't have got there for us. Good job, Oppo. I like how you have built your deck around that rare and the sacrifice theme. This one is yours. Somebody had to beat me today. It turned out to be a 6/6 flyer. All right, I'm going to cut this one short. We just wanted to see what was up with this format. I mean, should you play this? I don't know. If you're just looking for a change of pace, go for it. But I tend to prefer highly synergistic, intentionally designed sets. So I don't mind a change of pace. I don't mind mixing it up. But grab bag's not my favorite thing relative to just simply playing with something that designers thought about a little more than this. So that's where I'm at on this, but I'm going to finish out this event probably over the weekend and let you know how it played out on Monday. Thanks for hanging. I don't know if I'm even going to throw this one. Maybe I'll put this up on YouTube. Look, YouTube, this is only partial. You're not going to see the end. I thought you'd at least like to see a draft of this and decide maybe if you want to do it as well. So there you go. That's what this is up. That's what this has going on for it, and if you're in for it, have fun. I had a lot of fun today. My chat is great, both the chat that battled me and the chat that helped me do some winning. So great way to go into the weekend, feeling good, got my plumbing working, and got an awesome community playing Magic with me weekdays. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye, YouTube friends.